Southwest inhabitants turn out en masse to receive Prime Minister, head of government, on a walking visit to the Southwest region. From Mungo Bridge Gateway to the Southwest region to Boya through Mutengene, it was a great mobilization. At each stop, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute carried the message of peace to the population, calling on them to stay united and avoid any form of conflict.
Abandon dialogue then is war, and we don't want war. So we must dialogue in every form possible. Whatever new ideas are coming should be put into the pot where the other ideas of the national dialogue of 2 years ago was given. If you dialogue and leave some people out, then nothing is going to happen.
For close to 5 years now, violence erupted in this part of the country has shifted to armed conflict with multiple human casualties, an occasion for the population of the Southwest region to call for peace to return.
I want to say we are particularly pleased to have him with us. He's one of us, he's a father, he's a chief, and he's somebody who knows what the situation on ground is.
During his stay in Boya, Prime Minister, head of government, is expected to evaluate the follow-up of the implementation of the recommendation taken during the major national dialogue in Yaoundé.
During our special status, we just want that resolution, the special status come to stay. Let the special status come to stay. They give them. We need to see the benefits of having that special status.
The 3-day walking visit will enable the head of government to hold consultative talks with the press, opinion leaders, civil society, administrative, traditional and religious authorities to bring back peace in the troubled Southwest.
Cameroon's Prime Minister, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute, is in the Southwest region to set the salvo for the implementation of the reconstruction and development of the Northwest and Southwest regions as contained in the document of the presidential plan, coming on the heels of skirmishes in which separatist fighters have waged havoc of recent. The Prime Minister, who is heading the steering committee, is going with facts and figures, though some analysts think differently.
The Prime Minister is simply trying to put something to show that it's working. But you will not blame him. The reconstruction strategy plan that was put by the President of the Republic was widely criticized the world over. This is we're in an armed conflict. And in an armed conflict, there is a pedagogy in which you do things. How will you reconstruct a place where there is violence like the one we've seen in 72 hours in past week, and yesterday again, on Sunday we had another explosive, burning the trucks and so on. How do you pass such a message in the world?
However, some key actors of the development matrix think differently.
If people had taken the pains to read through the special status, they will discover that it was a major breakthrough. Why am I saying it? I'm saying so because, first of all, let's begin with the major national dialogue. I think the major national dialogue was a success. Why? Because, first of all, the major national dialogue came to disown or disprove those who went around claiming that there weren't any Anglophone problems in this country.
Though confident in the takeoff of the presidential plan based on data, the coordinator of the presidential plan, Paul Tassong, thinks the recent happenings will not jeopardize the implementation of the reconstruction plan. He had marked at close to 90 billion CFA francs. The government is still canvassing for financial assistance from its partners. So far, only Japan has churned out 1.5 billion CFA francs.
Rise up for more equitable and sustainable world is a theme for this 21st edition of the International Peace Day, and building in the mind of people is a slogan resounded by UNESCO as a tool to uphold the values of peace. As part of activities to commemorate Peace Day, Cameroonian youth in the nation's political capital clamored for a global ceasefire and non-violence as the only way to have a serene and peaceful country. In communion with youth, the Minister of Youth and Civil Education challenged them to fully engage in the stability and peace-building process.
Through different activities, the main objective was to sensitize all the population and youth in general to contribute in the promotion of peace. And this through building capacity, through information on the different opportunities, and to prevent from violent extremism.
The youth given skills and competence to be vectors of peace and economic development.
We're working with youth associations and youth in general through the 5 pillars of the UNESCO's mandate: education, culture, communication, information, and the sciences. And we are working in education to build the competencies and the skills of the youth to give them an opportunity for the labor market. And by giving them this alternative, they will be vectors of peace, and they will contribute to the economic resilience of their own and their own communities and the entire country as well.
To fully get the youth involved in this needed peace return, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization is embarking on the training of 1,800 youth to serve as national and international peace building agents.
This year's International Day of Peace comes at a crisis point for humanity. COVID-19 has turned our world upside down. Conflicts are spinning out of control, the climate emergency is worsening, inequality and poverty are deepening, and mistrust and division are driving people apart at a time when solidarity and collaboration are needed more than ever. As a human family, we face a stark choice: peace or perpetual peril. We must choose peace. That is why I call for a 24-hour ceasefire today. And by working in solidarity for a lasting, sustainable peace every day, we can tackle the issues facing us. We need peace to urgently deliver life-saving vaccines and treatment for COVID-19. We need peace to recover from the pandemic and rebuild shattered systems and shattered lives. We need peace to level the playing field and reduce inequalities. We need peace to renew trust in one another and faith in facts and science. And we need to make peace with nature, to heal our planet, build a green economy, and achieve our net zero targets. Peace is not a naive dream. It is a light in the darkness, guiding us to the only pathway to a better future for humanity. Let's walk the pathway of peace as if our lives depended on it, because they do. Thank you.
Precious lives are already being wasted indiscriminately across the crisis regions of Cameroon. These, as weapons, keep floating in from legal and illegal sources, enhancing more killings as days pass by. Cameroon is in dire need of peace as the greatest asset at this moment, and for such peace to return to this one-time citadel of peace, war equipments must be limited to the barest minimum. The civil society on this World Day of Peace say no to any speculative plans of importing killer robots into Cameroon.
Imagine if the killer robot add to what we already have in Cameroon as strength. So our call today on International Peace Day is for Cameroon to take a stand, to say openly at the UN, as other countries have done, to say that these weapons, these robots are a real danger, are a real threat for the country, and ask for the country to stop the fabrication of these robots.
The weapon, which is beyond human control, should not even be an option for any peace-building process.
The weapons decide by themselves to detect, to select, and to kill, which is not okay.
The Women International League for Peace and Freedom challenged Cameroonian authorities to embark on proper studies and mastery of such weapons to avoid excesses.
If we cannot stop the manufacturing of this, Cameroon can also just indicate that it's very important that human control be associated to the fabrication and the use of this.
The state has all rights to own arms to protect the entire territory, they say, but proper control of such arms to promote peace should be a major concern.
Panoramic view of Avenue Kennedy, melting pot for all and by all. This popular street at the heart of the town of Yaoundé booms with all sorts of business. This includes illicit street vendors, same picture in the surroundings. Selling here since 2009, Ali Mahmoud feels more sure being on the street. Same view holds Alaji Master, though he acknowledged it is disorder. It is true it creates disorder, but we do with that, especially as we feed our families from this business. With 2 wives and 6 children, Ali is worried and uncertain what the future holds for his family, but order is to be respected. We don't have any choice. We are Cameroonians, and the choice of the government to us is the law and should be respected. Change has come, and they have to follow. We are happy that the state, we are tired of staying here every day, but the government should respect their own side of the bargain. Welcome as they are tired of the hide-and-seek game with the council plays, at times very painful and insulting. The announcement to that effect was made during the inauguration of the Unity Monument by the Mayor of Yaoundé, Luc Messi Atangana, last Friday. Inauguration of the Angola commercial space next September 29. That will welcome the illicit street vendors on Avenue Kennedy and surrounding roads. Apart from its illicit street vendors, Avenue Kennedy and environs also zone with high attacks, a blend of urban disorder and insecurity.
A relieved moment for the population of Yaoundé. All west from overflowing toilets. Destination, the Efficace Law Treatment Plant, Etoile, outskirts of Yaoundé. The exit point to Douala. The over 2.5 hectares facility is in charge of perfect treatment and transformation of human waste, limiting the environmental dangers. This, the initiative of the Yaoundé City Mayor, Luc Messi Atangana, inaugurated this September 20th by the Minister of Decentralization and Local Development, George Elanga Obam, who lauds the vessel as that which will rescue the over 3 million Yaoundé inhabitants from sanitary threats.
This concentration of people creates many problems and challenges that must be addressed for a peaceful and pleasant community life.
The project is highly supported by the French Development Agency and many other partners aimed at giving better living conditions to the population and making physiques an asset in community development. We are supporting this aspect of development at the service of the population for the inhabitants of Yaoundé and its environs. The station, realized in just 15 months by a local construction enterprise, has a well-defined mode of functionality. It has been structured to treat 267 cubic meters of physiques a day. The system has been structured to clearly separate solid from liquid waste. The decentralization boss used the opportunity to challenge local authorities to wake up from slumber and engage into such life-changing projects.
It is good for the local authorities to take advantage of the example of Yaoundé to do the same thing in their territories.
The population equally called upon to exercise some degree of responsibility in collaborating with the agents of the treatment plant to render Yaoundé clean and befitting. It is common cry of Cameroonians about the scarcity of potable water in the neighborhoods. Most often, many are faced with dry tap situations or dirty water. The 3 billion loan deal finalized between the government of Cameroon and the Export Finance Dutch Bank this September 21st is to ameliorate the poor water situation in 3 towns of the southwest region, Boya, Tiko and Motengeni. Signing the loan agreement for Cameroon, The Minister of Economy, Planning and Regional Development, Alamin Osman May, says the initiative will boost both the quantity and quality of the precious liquid in that part of the country.
Their production capacity scale up to 30,000 cubic meter per day. Their network for transport and distribution will be extended up to 288 kilometers. At the same time, storage capacity will be improved up to 16,000 cubic meter.
An action that strengthened the bilateral relations between Cameroon and the United States of America, investment to improve upon the living conditions of the population.
It's very important for the U.S. government to support U.S. companies who are interested in investing in Cameroon, especially those who are invested in improving the health and economy that will benefit the people of Cameroon.
The project is equally in line with a response to re-establish the crumbling basic needs of the region greatly shattered by the ongoing socio-political crisis. Local authorities of the concerned towns have saluted the initiative as that which should serve as a sigh of relief to the suffering inhabitants.
Present water supply of Boya can carry the population we are having presently. We are very grateful for this project because when you give water to somebody, you give life.
The project is expected to be delivered in 30 months, 6 months for the feasibility studies and 24 months for the execution phase.
The excellent economic relationship between Cameroon and Italy is what the Italian ambassador to Cameroon, Marco Romiti, came to salute the Minister of Economy, Planning and Regional Development, Alamin Osman May.
We have always worked together in an excellent way, and this is something I would like to underline because this helped to solve certain problems and to go ahead in the treatment of important questions concerning also the private sector.
Culture and teaching of Italian language also got a laudable pat on the back.
If these restrictions are solved, there will be also the possibility of increasing the presence of our companies here, which are still interested in this reality. And probably the next Salon Promote could be an important opportunity for this.
COVID-19 pandemic, the Italian diplomat says, kind of retrench the impetus in certain programs, but added there are grounds for doing better.
The Italian language is now taught in 5 universities here and more than 70 gymnasiums.
They also talk the fight against climate change as Italy and Great Britain are co-presidents of the next COP26. Positive evaluation of his 4-year stay in Cameroon with lots of sweets and memorable souvenirs. That is the picture Italian ambassador Marco Romiti is taking back home at the end of his stay in Cameroon. Cameroon is like his home. Was between 1998 to 2001 as the number 2 at the embassy before his return in the cap of ambassador.